All rise. Judge Van der Bee Court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1008, Bishop versus Sanchez.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Okay, Mr. Bishop,
Yes.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, my girlfriend, Linda, she hasn't been supporting the child like I feel like she should be doing.
What do you mean she hasn't been supporting the child? You
Well,
talking about emotional support? You talking about financial support? What type of support are you talking about?
Financial support, actually being there, visiting. It's very rare that she comes around.
Okay. And what
And
is
when-
it that you're asking me to do about that?
Well, I would like to have some kind of financial support from her end, and if we could set up some sort of visitation that she actually is in the child's life.
All right, buckle up, because today's courtroom drama comes with a serious twist. We're diving into the case of Bishop versus Sanchez, where Mr. Bishop is taking his ex, Linda Sanchez, to court for child support for their 2-year-old son. But here's where things get shocking. Linda doesn't deny the child is hers. She just never wanted him. Why? Because she only wanted a girl. As the judge opens proceedings, Mr. Bishop lays it all out. He's been raising their son alone, with zero financial or emotional support from Linda. This case isn't just about money. It's about what it truly means to be a parent. Responsibility, accountability, and the duty no one should walk away from, with emotions running high and the stakes even higher. You're going to want to see how this one unfolds. Bishop takes the stand, his voice carrying the weight of years filled with frustration and sacrifice. He shares how Linda has remained nearly absent, not just financially, but emotionally as well, leaving him to raise their child on his own. Now, he's not only asking for child support, but also a formal visitation schedule, hoping to hold her accountable as a parent. But Linda's response is as cold as it is, unapologetic. She admits, without hesitation, that she never wanted the child, even shifts the blame onto Mr. Bishop, claiming he pressured her into keeping the baby. Then comes the most jaw-dropping moment. She confesses that her resentment stems from one thing, having a boy instead of the girl she hoped for. Gasps ripple through the courtroom. The atmosphere turns tense, heavy with disbelief. Linda's chilling honesty doesn't just add emotional weight to the case, it brings up deep questions about parental responsibility, ethics, and what it truly means to be a mother.
$1,000. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that exotic dancers cannot be in their children's lives? Oh no, you said you don't want to be in the child's life.
Yes.
You just want him to pay you child support, and you want him to assume the full responsibility of taking care of the child too, because he wanted the child.
Well, I didn't want child support from him. He can just have...
But you don't want him to pay. I mean, you don't want to pay him.
Correct.
No, that's not how this works. He is not going to be the one that takes care of the child 100% of the time, and then you just get to go dance or whatever it is that you do. I'm not exactly sure what you do at your overnight job. That's just not how it works. So let me tell you what we're going to do. You're going to start paying him child support a month. Now, in terms of visitation, if she doesn't want to visit with the child, there's nothing I can do to make her do that. However, she will start paying some sort of child support today, okay?
Okay.
And you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you have a problem with that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, just making sure. So, at $4,000 a month, I have your net calculated at $3,266.81, which brings your child support amount to, you only have one child?
Correct.
Okay, $653.36, and you cover health insurance?
Yes.
How much is it?
$344 a month.
300, and that's for the child only, that doesn't include you, right?
Correct.
Okay. So that amount is going to be added to that. So $653.36 plus the $344 that he pays in health insurance will be $997.36 a month.
Okay.
Okay? All right? That should be enough for you to cover anything that you need to get for the child. And just so you know, this child is going to grow up, obviously. He's 2 years old now. He can come back later as, you know, his life changes, he starts going to school. He might want to put him in private school or, you know, anything like that. Any type of extracurricular activities. He comes back in here, you've made more money. You already know what's going to happen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What's going to happen?
I would have to pay more.
Oh, okay, long as you understand that. All right? Is there anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Okay.
You gotta go.
When it's Linda's turn to defend herself, instead of owning up to her actions, she plays the victim. She argues that her late-night shifts as an exotic dancer leave her with little time for her child, making parenting nearly impossible. But then comes the real shocker. She admits, with no hesitation, that she never wanted the baby because he's a boy, not a girl. The judge's reaction says it all. She's visibly stunned, struggling to process the words she's just heard, with a mix of frustration and disbelief. The judge calls it the most ridiculous thing she's ever encountered in her courtroom. At this point, any sympathy for Linda disappears. Her excuses, her dismissive attitude, and her outright rejection of her son reveal a much deeper issue: neglect and complete irresponsibility. This case has become about so much more than just child support. It's a glaring reflection of parental neglect and the consequences of shirking responsibility. About financial support anymore. It's at the heart of this case is the well-being of an innocent child caught in the middle of a messy, emotional battle. As the proceedings come to a close, Judge Wunder leaves the courtroom with a final, impactful statement. She stresses that custodial parents like Mr. Bishop are entitled to financial support, regardless of the other parent's willingness to be involved. Linda's personal preferences, however shocking they may be, cannot overshadow her legal and moral duties as a parent. This case serves as a stark reminder: no one can walk away from their responsibilities just because they don't like the situation. In the end, justice